Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So, dear viewers, this game released just yesterday, and just like that beautiful bearded bastard Barry Bertrum, you're probably wondering,
what is this?
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is one of those beat-em-up video game thingamajigs developed by the talented bastards who previously brought us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, one of my absolute favorite beat-em-up video game thingamajigs in existence. But as lightning struck twice for this particular game developer, well, let's review this video game the only way I know how, badly. And let's start with what I absolutely love about Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Just like its predecessor, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, the plot for this game finds a very nice way to bring together all our favorite Marvel heroes and villains as they team up to thwart the villain Annihilus's comic invasion. I'm sorry, did I just say comic there instead of cosmic? Well, comic is appropriate because superheroes are in. Yes. I'm sure you got it.
I don't get it.
Shut up, Bertrum. So while the story is albeit very simple, this is all we need from a superhero video game. Heroes versus villain, teaming up to take down said villain, saving the world in time for crumpets and tea. Just like Shredder's Revenge, this game also has a very nice pixelated art style. In fact, it's one of the very few video game genres that I actually like with this particular art style. Nice and colorful. Not so colorful that you'll need sunglasses, you understand, but colorful nonetheless. Which makes sense since black and white comic books haven't been popular since, about 1988, if Google is anything to go by. Though Google did tell me I was going to get mauled to death by a cat last week, so, The game also has an absolutely fantastic soundtrack, which is something I think any good beat-em-up worth its salt needs to have. When I think of damn good video game soundtracks, I do think of that Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack, which was also a beat-em-up coincidentally, as was Streets of Rage 3, but I don't like the soundtrack for that one, so let's move on quickly. I particularly like the way that they mixed up the formula that we're probably used to in these beat-em-up video games, which mostly follow the template of pick a character from a series of characters, go through the game with that character, maybe change out the character if you have to use a continue or get a game over, but fundamentally, unless you're playing online or in co-op, you will be playing with one character. Well, this game lets you play with two characters, and you can chop and change between them at will. If you do get a game over, which I can probably guarantee you will in this game, more on that later, you can then pick either the same two characters or a different two characters, and of course all of the characters have their own strengths and weaknesses. I decided to go through the first playthrough with Captain America and Spider-Man, which I found out a bit later is maybe not the best pairing to try and go through the game with. In fact, for every single stage of the game will kind of nudge, wink to you about which two characters you should maybe use. The big clue about that is the cutscene that opens all of the stages will have the two characters that the game has been recommending that you use. And of course, you can level up all of these characters, which is as simple as just constantly picking them. Every time you finish a stage, the character will gain XP and voila, they will level up with a maximum level of 10, I think. No, I'm sure it was 10. Or was it 11? No, I'm only thinking of the number 11 because I've been watching Stranger Things. No, definitely 10. But gameplay-wise, this very much plays like Shredder's Revenge, which is not a bad thing because Shredder's Revenge is damn good fun. I don't know why I said that so sinisterly. Never mind, moving on. Another thing I adored about the game, which was very similar in Shredder's Revenge is, I'm used to playing a lot of these beat-em-ups that you can finish in under an hour. Well, this game has 15 total stages. And of course, if you're considering that you'll probably replay all the stages with different combinations of characters, etc., you're going to get a lot of hours out of this game. Not all of the stages are compulsory, but take my word for it, dear viewers. Just play through every single stage as it unlocks, because doing so will give you access to some of the secret characters in the game. And these just so happen to probably be the best characters that you can play through the game with. Characters like Phoenix, Venom, Silver Surfer. Honestly, dear viewers, this game is an absolute blast. But was there anything I didn't like so much about Cosmic Invasion? Now, probably because they decide to incorporate the mechanic where you play as two different characters and you can swap between them, and that's kind of sort of gives you two full health bars to work with, special meters, etc. The game, bizarrely, features no difficulty options, which, you know, isn't the end of the world. This is a minor gripe, but I think it would have been nice just to give us the option if we want to play through on easy, normal, hard, whatever's above hard, rock hard. I've been waiting for a game to call one of their difficulties that. Play now on rock hard. Anyway, this game doesn't have rock hard, and as a consequence of that, I did find some of the later stages to be just a little bit frustrating, but that was probably down to my insistence that I was going to play through my entire first playthrough with Spider-Man and Captain America, who, like I said, probably aren't the best team-up in the game. Minor nitpick, I know, but apart from that, I absolutely adored this game. Definitely the best beat-em-up game I played this year. Probably the best Marvel superhero beat-em-up I have ever played. And I'm a big fan of Marvel beat-em-ups like Capcom's The Punisher, Maximum Carnage, Separation Anxiety. There was also a fantastic X-Men arcade game. That's a good one. But Cosmic Invasion somehow manages to be better than, well, all of them. Therefore, I declare that Marvel Cosmic Invasion is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another review from yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well, feel free to give me a thumbs down, but please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.